Alright, now it's introducing Iga in the shadows, in the spooky woods or whatever, in the forest of Yamato. And that is Inukai, and it explains he is the leader of the Iga clan. And Iga is primarily ninjas. I think they have a few other units employed when you fight them, but it would not be surprising to me if they have 3 cities in their territory. You attack them all 3 times, and it was just 6 ninjas there. They're not hard to fight, and aside from Inukai, they're all very easy. Somehow they know about Rance and who he is, where he's from. I don't know how. I guess they were just spying on him. They are ninjas, after all. And it introduces Suzume, but when you're talking about Iga, you think of Inukai, and he's, I don't want to say the best ninja in the game, but statistically, like, his strength and speed and whatever, I think he is the best. He's scary. He can take direct hits from warrior units and shit and just, like, blow it off. That's not a big deal for him. He's strong. Suzume, on the other hand, is not strong. She's a weaker ninja unit, but she's one that you are given in a few turns here. I don't think it shows her. I don't know. I don't care. Inukai has a bunch of ninja dogs. Inukai means something related to that. It's like dog owner. I don't know. Yeah, then it goes back to this again. Alright. I always forget that it works on its own. Tochikuro. I guess he's taking the monkey with him. Tochikuro. I forgot the monkey's name. He says it twice, and he doesn't say it very often. The monkey doesn't speak, obviously. Though it wouldn't be surprising in this game at all. And that monkey's an asshole. I hate that monkey. You know what, I would go as far as to say, fuck that monkey. Least favorite thing in the whole game. Yes. Yes, it is. I can get the autosave. Not preventable, it just happens. Oh, I guess Hara did declare war on me. It doesn't matter, they're easy to handle. Oh, I just replenished all troops, all units. Back when I played the first time, I would, you know, go do this for every unit, which was embarrassingly stupid of me. Yeah, then you just go, you keep attacking. I'll send Renmaru again, because I'm sure she can handle it. If she dies, whatever. Oh, and that's another thing. Like Fire Emblem, which is what I compare this to, because this game reminds me of it. I've never even played Fire Emblem, but this game reminds me of it for some reason. Your units can die. If Renmaru's unit was wiped out, there's a chance that she will be dead, and you will not have her at all anymore. And all of her story elements, all the parts where she would appear in the story are all gone. She's done. And that's really depressing when that happens. If Rance's unit gets wiped out at any point in time, it's a game over, and you have to continue from a previous save. Yeah. Some units are immune to death. I'll go over that when they show up in my army. And like I said, it's a percentage chance. It's never a guarantee. You can get an ability, and that increases the chances they'll survive, but that feels wasteful to me because you shouldn't be letting them get mauled like that anyway. I haven't captured any enemy units yet, which is surprising. You can do that though. And then a castle battle. I probably won't be able to win that because I don't have Renmaru available. And the enemy always puts forth 6 units. Not always, but generally assume when you're attacking the last portion of their territory, it's... In this case, it is a predetermined battle. That's almost never the case in this game. Battles are not very frequently predetermined, but it does happen, and that's the case here. So I'll just attack one of their other things. I'm not fighting in a regular, like, what, courtyard? I don't know. I'm fighting inside of a building, so the enemy gets a 10% battlefield bonus. I believe it increases their defense and offense by 10%. I might be wrong, but whatever. And because I'm attacking, their bar is farther along than my own. If I were defending, my bar would be farther along than theirs. So, good old Maeda absorbing that. And the percentage, I should go over this too, because I was confused as hell about it. That's a 90% chance that he will absorb an attack directed at Rance. Not like a 90% damage absorption. I don't know what I thought it was when I first started playing, but that's what it means. It's a 90% chance he will take the attack. Once he attacks, that's removed, so you have to choose between them. There, I captured one. Cool. Not like I'll use it. Whatever. Jaws screen obtained. Yeah, I think it's a reference to the movie Jaws. A masterpiece with a good drawing of a man-eating shark. Alright. You can give it to people and it'll increase their smiley face count. That's what it will forever be known as. And I've already made a terrible mistake by using up all of my front row units that are worth a shit. So now if I have to defend, I have a single front row unit and an archer and a tactician and a Miko. That's not good. That's very stupid of me to have done that. So I'll just send them all out and whatever happens, happens, you know? Whatever happens. And it's, you know, I could have just sent in Katsui, honestly. And yeah, whatever. Anyway, this is just whatever. See, the Miko's attack at range, they're weak as hell because there are 43 of them, and they're a random officer. So no point in protecting with Katsui because he is the only unit in the front row. They cannot attack anybody but him. There is, like, if Katsui were to guard, he just guards the units in his row. There is an all guard that allows the unit to protect all the units on the field, but it's at a lower rate. One unit gets that I may obtain. I'm still undecided. I hate her. Tactician, Akechi's a tactician, right? So he distributes these little arrows. He distributes them to all of your units. And they increase certain stats, like Katsui has an increase to intelligence and defense. Sure. When he enters the field, those buffs are distributed to your units randomly and automatically. You don't have any say over it, and I'm not sure what decides how many go out at the beginning. It may be Akechi's intelligence level. I don't know. And it's random. You don't get to choose. Hopefully Katsui, as a guard unit, would get a defense boost, but he may also get an intelligence boost, which is not what you want. And hopefully Akechi gets none of his own boosts because he's shit and he disgusts me. He absolutely disgusts me. Yeah. And then Fuka just kills that. She's an okay unit early on. And these people talk. I believe it's time for them to introduce Isoroku. Yes, here she is. She is, aside from Hara Shoji, the only other option if you want an archer unit. They're the only two good ones in the game. All the other archers are terrible. I don't think there's a single exception to this rule. They're the only ones that can learn anything worthwhile, and that's it. The one you have, Niwa Nagahide, Nagahide, he's horrible. He appears to be a good unit because his troop size is large, but he's not a good unit at all. Isoroku is a good unit. She has higher stats, and she can learn unique abilities. She doesn't use any of them against you. You have to employ her in your own army to teach her those abilities, at which time she's meaningful. She's not really intimidating the fight at all. Nothing about Ashikaga is intimidating to fight, and nothing about Hara is intimidating to fight, except possibly their castle battles. And as you can see, I'm being attacked in Owari, and I have no units to defend, so I have to accept it. And it removes one of my 4 cities in Owari. They have to conquer all 4 in order to win, so I didn't really lose anything. And now it's showing that Aki is a big spender, so to speak. She just wastes all of the government's money. That's why Hara blows as a country and their leader's an idiot. That's why they're one of the first ones you can conquer. It's why they only own 1 territory. He goes over that for you. Because despite being at war, she needs pretty clothing. How stereotypical. Look at her hand. Huh. Makes her look kind of fat, I guess. I don't know, she's not fat. None of the women in this game are fat. It is an age game. Yeah, look at the screen in the background there. It's got the Hara symbol on it, but it looks very out of place. Like, no one would have that, right? In real life, they wouldn't have something like that. Back in real life in Sengoku Japan, I don't think they would have had that, but they do here. To remind you, in case you'd forgotten, that they are part of Hara. And that little green-faced guy that you saw, you can buy items from him. Once you conquer the only Hara territory, you can interact with him and buy stuff for ogre bones, which are obtained by running dungeons, running through them. Which I will do. I don't want to, though. And now introduces Tokugawa. They are, it's a nation full of yokai, raccoon dogs. What are they called? Tanuki? Yeah, that Mario suit, whatever the hell you could get in Super Mario 3. That's what you're dealing with here. Not Super Mario 3, was it? Whatever. I don't give a shit. But that's what they all are. Now, all of these Tokugawa people are based on real individuals. I'm not gonna go over that now, though. I'm running out of time. That one right there, Tokugawa Ieyasu? Yeah, there we go. I had to have said that right. That was golden. He's a really intimidating unit to fight against. He's very strong. His minions, maybe not so much. But it introduces them all here in this little segment, I believe. I'm not sure. There are 2 ninjas, there's a warrior. I assume Self is a warrior. There's another warrior. There are 3 warriors, 2 ninjas, and lastly a guard unit. Some of them are intimidating, some of them are not. All of them are capturable, except the leader. You can capture certain units in battle when you're fighting them and you annihilate their troop. You can capture them. You can never capture the leaders as far as I'm able to discern, and you can also never ever kill their leaders. Their leaders are also immune to things like assassination attempts and other assorted one-shots, so to speak. Yeah. Lino Masa wants a cavalry unit. That's a reference to real life. How spectacular. Yeah, this army you don't want to fight right away. You want to let them kind of sit. They're scary. They're not too bad to fight at first. They have 1 territory with 4 cities in it. Those first 3 cities are easy to capture. Once you get to their 4th one, it's really painful to advance beyond that point and take their 4th one. It really is. In a fun way. I like doing that. They all leave. And then the 2 that are left are the slow ones, I guess. One of them never speaks, the other's always sleeping. And that's all for that.